do I really need to go beyond the title here for you to figure out what kind of article this is going to be? Men need to be working, and fewer of them are. That's right, men. We keep piling on responsibilities and risks. We keep taking away benefits. We understand that a lot of you are more than willing to do your duty to society, and all you want in return is a little bit of respect. But that's too much, man. We can't give you respect in current year. No, instead, we're just going to keep crapping on you, talking about how your toxic masculinity is the cause of all the world's problems. You personally are responsible for everything bad that happens. Hey, where are you going? Why don't you work for us? I don't get it. Real mystery here. No, men benefit from going to work every day to provide for themselves and their families. Now, this is simultaneously a true statement and also being manipulative as hell, because who really benefits is like the people writing these articles, the government. But men too, they also do benefit from going to work and providing, because otherwise you're going to be homeless, you're going to starve. Yeah, I think having a roof over your head and not starving is a benefit, but that's a little bit of a stretch. Yet surveys and studies have consistently shown that millions of able-bodied men are not working or looking for work. Let the strong, independent women who don't need no man pick up the slack. More jobs for them. Actually, this is another problem. Men are now not only forced to compete with other men for a lot of jobs, but women too. And on top of that, a lot of these women get preferential hiring and preferential treatment for a lot of these positions. So not only has the competition doubled since when it was only men in the workforce, but now women are being given all these advantages. And then people see men just realizing the only winning move is not to play and looking at them like they're the problem. Consider that in 1962, about 97% of men aged 25 to 54 were working or looking for work. Today, that number is closer to 89%. Oh no! Only about 9 in every 10 men are working. Society is on its last legs. But I thought all these strong, independent women are gonna save us, though. Now, this lack of working men hurts women too. That's right. So men don't want to work in a system that hates them. Women most affected. One survey found that 78% of women picked a steady job as the most important characteristic of a potential husband. So a better bachelor put it right. So this is admitting women only care about money, right? Right? You know, women weight this higher than sharing the same beliefs about religion and children. They admit they only care about money. And nothing wrong with that, by the way. Just be honest. Like, a lot of men only care about looks when it comes to women. So if you're a woman and you're offended by that, then don't get offended when you get called out on only caring about men for money. Like, it's only fair. No, currently married men who refuse to work hurt their wives and children by refusing to assist in helping their spouse fulfill her natural desire to be at home with children. Okay, so first of all, I'm not aware personally of any married couples where the man just outright refuses to work. I mean, it might be possible in some communities, I guess, but not anywhere near me. But this next line. One survey found that women with children under 18 years of age preferred to be at home working. So look at this. Men need to get out and work because women prefer to be at home. Why does it matter what women prefer? Guess what? I prefer to be at home too. Does that mean I'm entitled to have some woman working in my stead because I prefer to be at home? I think most reasonable people would say no, but for some reason, it's our responsibility to accommodate them. Real weird. No, man, I'm having none of this BS. A current year -2 poll by Flex Jobs found that women's more than men prefer remote work versus work inside an office. For reasons cited include work-life balance and more time for family. Yeah, the women are right about this one. I'm on the woman's side in this argument. Yet men are wasting hours playing video games or watching television, setting themselves up for a life of immaturity. Now, this is where we get to the classics, right? Yeah, no one talks about women hanging out on Facebook all day, on social media all day. No, that's not a problem. No, but men playing video games or watching TV. Like, how dare you, as a man, as basically a disposable utility whose only value is the work you produce? How dare you not be working? How dare you spend your time doing things you like instead of slaving away for other people? The nerve of you! Men have a responsibility to wake up every morning and go to work and contribute to society, grow in maturity, and prepare for marriage and fatherhood. Oh, okay. First off, I don't remember signing this social contract anywhere. If anyone has it, I'd like to see it. And second off, just like loyalty, responsibility is a two-way street. Society also has the responsibility to reward men for the work they do. And over the past few decades, society has been stripping away the rewards it gives men while adding on responsibilities. Like, the analogy I've used before is, what would you do if at your job every week they cut your pay by 5%, but they added 5 hours to your schedule? How long would you put up with that before you just stop working? Because that's the position men are in. They keep adding hours we're expected to work, but they keep cutting our pay at the same time. And then they act surprised when we just nope out. Now, this is not because men have an economic duty to contribute to a capitalist economy, but rather because they have a social duty to provide for themselves and their families. Easy solution to this: live alone, and that's it. You're done. Like, let me pull this up. There was another comment. Like, I don't think it was this. It could have been this video or a different one, that because Better Bachelor covered this too. Someone commented, and I absolutely agree with everything this guy said. So let me read this comment word for word. Better Bachelor: I went from working 90 hours a week as a college-educated and skilled tradesman with over 14 years of experience to working around 20 hours a week as an unskilled entry-level nothing. And my quality of life has only gone up. We aren't coming back. We don't need the money. We don't have families. We don't have women worth starting families with. That's where the passport bros come in. You have to go to where they are. We have no reason to work ourselves to death. All the things men like are cheap or free. That's important. Our labor force ran on pride and purpose, and they stole both. I'm not getting up before the sun to breathe concrete dust and toxic chemicals while I wear down my joints and break my back just to build effigies for lefties to burn while society spits on every aspect of my being. The post-Great Resignation workforce is only going to get worse, not better. I could not have put it better myself, which is why I didn't put it better myself. And I read what someone else said because I absolutely agree. And like I implied earlier, a lot of men would be more than willing to do all this if they were just treated with respect, if they was just a little bit of thanks for the sacrifice. No, instead they just get spit on. Like, get back to work, you toxic male. The only way you can make up for your toxicity is to slave away in the mines 160 hours a week. No, thanks. I'm just going to check. You guys are on your own. A virtuous man does not spend his days on the couch playing video games, drinking alcohol, or watching porn. There we go again. Like, this might be a hot take to some of you, but my moral high ground and my virtue are the right-wing SJW versions of I'm on the right side of history. And notice that it's not a description of their beliefs and actions, but a justification of them. Like, whenever they're doing something horrible, they justify themselves by saying, oh, I have the moral high ground. Oh, this is the virtuous position. Or I'm on the right side of history. It's all the same. Career coach Ken Coleman recently commented the lack of men working by explaining that having a job helps people mature. Making a contribution to yourself and for others, Coleman said, will help a man feel alive. That's right, men. All you are is what you can provide for other people. You're not even alive unless you're working for other people. That's right. Your own life, your own desires, your own hobbies don't matter. No, he creates something of value and contributes to the common good. A police officer keeps a town safe. Car mechanic helps someone have a reliable car for transportation. An accountant helps citizens avoid paying unnecessary taxes. Someone who watches television all day does none of this. He wastes the life he's been given in the pursuit of idleness, which he captures every day. Well, what if his purpose was to be a serial killer, though? Isn't it a good thing he's watching TV all day? No, working even at a job he does not particularly enjoy helps prepare a man for sacrifices of marriage and fatherhood. Not if you avoid that. A man who works at a job he does not like to provide for his family puts the interest of others before his own. That's right. A real man sacrifices himself for everybody else. You're not a real man unless you're sacrificing yourself for me. The Whammons might not particularly enjoy changing diapers or feeding babies in the middle of the night, but this is a shared experience in knowing that her husband may not particularly enjoy working 12-hour shifts either. Oh, okay. It's funny you mentioned this. So when are you going to chastise women for abandoning their traditional gender roles? Because how many of you guys have either experienced this yourself or friends or family that have gone through this? Like, the guy works 80 hours a week. The woman is a stay-at-home mom. The guy gets home from work and just wants to relax. And she's like, no, you need to do your share of the housework. You need to do your share of the childcare duties. Now, we're all in this together, right? Like, okay, I'll do my half of the childcare duties and the housework when you bring in your half of the income. Deal? You go out and get a job and bring in as much money as I do, and I'll do half the housework. Okay? Let's go. Let's do it. Until then, shut the fuck up. In a family and a society, every person makes sacrifices to ensure that others can live safe and healthy life. All right, that's fair. So when you only see yourself expected to make sacrifices for other people's sake, and they're just entitled to your sacrifice and not expected to give anything back, isn't this basically communism? Aren't you supposed to be against communism? Interesting. It's almost like there's no difference between the far left and the far right, huh? Those benefits do not come from not working, not trying to work, and all around being a lazy human who refuses to use their life for anything of value to themselves and others. Well, guess what? I make enough money to pay for my own hobbies, to pay for the projects I want to work on, to pay the people working with me. Anything outside of that, not my problem. I don't care. If you care so much about all that other stuff, you get off your ass and work for it. I'm providing for what I care about. I'm contributing to the system. I'm not on welfare. I'm not taking out government benefits. I pay taxes. I am a net contributor to society. And when I see people like this talk down to people like me, I'm like, wow, okay. That's totally going to get me raring and ready to go to work for you. No, sorry. Yeah, you want some shit? No, just like this entitled attitude that you're entitled to someone else doing all this work and making all this sacrifice for you. You have an attitude like that, and yet you claim to be against communism. Yeah, okay, I believe you.